We can talk about LTC4 in a second. Right now, it's all about Shockwave, and it's all about this losers bracket.
We're sitting here in losers semis with Gibus and Denti, and this is going to be an exciting match. We've got Luigi and Greninja. Just looking for Luigi to start off with a lot of grabs, but that Shadow Sneak coming in play real quick right there.
It's going to make it really tough for Denti to find a lot of the follow-ups that he's hoping for. Maybe even negate Luigi's excellent early game that he gains off of those grabs.
Yeah, using the Shadow Sneak that way is very interesting. I've never seen that against like a Luigi. We see it against a lot of other characters.
Greninja is ridiculous. As we saw this weekend at Beast, big shout out to Ice Studying for having such an amazing performance there. Now, one reason why you'll notice that Gibus will go for a lot of those up smashes is because he recognizes that floating characters, generally speaking, kind of linger in the air a bit longer, and because of that, they have a bit of a tendency, he feels, to air dodge pretty early on. And so he'll do the up smash as a hard call out on that option, and you'd be surprised how often it works.
No, it's a very good option on air dodge reads, and at lower percents, it's usually pretty true. But right now, we just got that down throw to fair coming out of nowhere, sealing the deal at about 120%. Great option from Gibus. Now he's just kind of running around, trying to set back up in neutral, trying to get the extra credit going.
Denti gets some quick jabs, and Gibus, he does a nair off stage. That move is really good with the short hops like we're seeing right now, the short hop nairs. But off stage, he just has far too much, I guess it's just active for too long.
Yeah. It's got a lot of ending lag on it. That's why the auto cancel frames, which could be a little better, are doing really good.
Ooh.
Almost with that footstool combo. He's been studying, studying.
Oh yeah, we're almost on those Japanese vines of Greninjas that you sometimes see on Twitter. But no, even though he doesn't get those crazy combos, he's winning a lot neutral, and he's going to be about to take this set as well. Denti has his back to the ropes here. Has to figure out how to come back.
I feel like this is an interesting spot for Luigi, because Luigi wants the grabs, but he also can't afford to get too close to Greninja right now, because, for instance, Greninja's fair will kill, and a lot of his attacks. And at the moment, he just has to play real safe. Just like that, the jab, forward smash. Gonna take it right there.
Again, that floatiness.
Yeah, he just floated right out of it, and I don't even think Denti air dodged.
He was
gonna go back to ground.
Going for, I think, a nair, which makes a lot of sense, thinking that your opponent is gonna come at you with some kind of brush. But Gibus just plants his feet and says, "You're done."
Yeah. So I was wondering if we were gonna see Denti's Cloud. He's been playing him all day, and I think all week last week as well.
It's a treat, and it's a Cloud that has taken Shockwave Grapevine, but is yet to take Shockwave Plano.
Yeah. And, Denti going real far off there.
It can be pretty scary sometimes as Cloud. Your opponents at times, it feels like they can sneeze on you, and you're just going to end up in the blast zone.
See, Gibus putting a lot of pressure on, not letting Denti have time to charge the limit break.
But it doesn't seem like Denti even needs time to really charge it all that much. Already, he's content with playing up close and personal, getting a lot of these grabs and getting a lot of damage because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that, what's his name, Cloud's damage output and his disjoint are so good that he can afford to play a little outside of Greninja's range most of the time.
Now, generally speaking, we see Cloud as more of a punish-oriented character than one that gets a lot of wins in neutral, but Denti has been avoiding getting hit a lot and has been walking away with so many wins at this point. Gibus already at those triple digits while Denti is sitting in a very calm 32.
And at this point, a lot of Cloud's moves will kill. He just has to be careful about how he's getting back to stage. We're probably going to be looking for an up air from either of them, apparently. And that's the interesting thing about Cloud's grabs is none of them are that amazing, but they're really good positioning.
But the positioning is really key.
It is.
Because it gives you more time to start charging up the lid. What a punish!
Punishing that Shadow Sneak with that golf club swing.
Oh, man.
That's probably one of my favorite smash attacks.
It's great. The Tiger Woods. It's beautiful. What is this punish?
This is that Japanese vine.
What
I've seen
is this punish? Gibus, please.
Going to town. That was insane. I actually have never seen that outside of a vine of some from Japan.
I gotta ask him about those up tilts, because I don't know if those are perfect pivot up tilts or not.
They didn't look like
They
it
didn't
to
really
me.
look like it. I know you can actually use that perfect pivot up tilt to get a little bit more range. I think Greninja gets about character length added on the up tilt if he does the perfect pivot. But either way, amazing punish sequence. And Gibus somehow slips back into this match. Denti was looking so dominant. But Gibus is demonstrating, even though you play such a punish-oriented character, I still have an amazing punish game as well.
I mean, currently, though, he's still got the uphill battle right here. He's already at the triple digits, already at 100.
Oh!
And an F smash is going to take it right there. So that was a pretty decisive victory over the last one for Denti.
I completely agree. And while Gibus had some great moments, it really was all about Denti's cloud.
Oh, yeah.
It really was.
There's just that one string was amazing from Gibus, but he just needs more of those to keep that damage racking going, because he just needs to keep Cloud up close or just not moving like he was doing.
Truth be told, I feel like a big part of that game was just the lack of openings that we really saw from Gibus. He got a lot out of some of those initial openings, but I don't know, it might have just been perhaps that Greninja doesn't have the best range. And whenever I think about that, I think that this counter pick makes a lot of sense.
I agree it does. And we saw this weekend at Super Bit Wars what Mewtwo can do to Cloud. In the hands of someone that knows him, it looks like a pretty tough matchup, honestly. But also, Mewtwo is so light that he will die early to a lot of Cloud's attacks.
One of the lightest characters in the game. If Denti can get a great read with one of those Tiger Woods up smashes, that could be a very early stock.
They can. And I think any of his limits except the Neutral Bee, Blade Beam, and Clim Hazard will also take the kill at decently early percents as well. But I see both players playing relatively safe right now. No one committing too much most of the time. Gibus just kind of playing around outside of Cloud's range, but not really giving him breathing room.
Not out of the range of those aerials, though. Gibus has to figure out a way to start dealing with that dare. Denti will almost always go for that option because Clouds in general have a pretty tough time with landing, and those dares, you have some great auto-cancel abilities on them.
No, I agree. And there's that Tiger Woods. You called it earlier.
Yeah, and I know that thing can KO even earlier than we just saw.
Oh yeah.
Gibus on potentially his last stock of this tournament, but he does have that Shadow Ball ready to go.
And he's very good at those. He's had a lot of practice through playing so much Lucario. But the auto-cancel frames on the dare are going to let Denti just get away for free.
Maybe if Gibus had just let it go a little earlier, but whoa!
He's going to trade with the finishing touch.
So scary for Gibus. It's very fortunate that does only a % of damage, but oh! Denti, no!
Sealing it with the spike.
Denti, no!
Mean.
I'm thinking about one of Denti's old tags he'd use in game. Hot and nasty.
That was
hot and nasty.
That was definitely hot and nasty.
Oh.
He just turned Gibus into a hot mess right there.
Oh, man.
No, that was a great set. Switching to Cloud was a great idea for Denti there.
I agree. I completely agree.